Hello again. So this is Muhammed Aziz with a new section of Go language. Today we are going to talk about Go arrays and Go slices. The both are commonly used while you are programming in Go language. Even if any other language you're using, you will be get familiar. You will be familiar with these two terms, or at least with array term as well. So both are the special kind of variables which are used to store same type of data. Both have some kind of pros and cons, but how those are actually working inside Go, let's check it out. Okay, so let's first start with the arrays. Like I said before, arrays are used to store same type of data. For example, you need a lot of data, but it's the same type of data. You don't need to let go var int a and then you are just creating a lot of variables var int b, right? Oh, sorry. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right? And then you are going to make etc etc. I mean, so you are creating three variables, but all three variables are storing the same type of data. So you don't need to do this. This is not a good approach. Otherwise, your program, like if you need 100 variables, you need to store data like hundreds, which is the same type of a data. You don't need to create 100 variables. So for this reason, we are using arrays. In Go language, arrays are available, right? But in Python, arrays are not available. That's a tricky part. There are no arrays in Python. Okay, Python has the list, but if you want to use arrays in Python, there are some extra libraries that you have to install and that you have to import, like NumPy. Okay, so how you are declaring a variable of type array, array type of variable in Go language? That's straightforward. You just need to give the name of the variable. For example, I say um, ages, right? Let's start with the var ages, right? And then you have to define the variable size, like how much variables you need. Like I said, you need 10, you need 50 or 30. Let's make, I need 3, and then you just declare the type of the array, and then you initialize like this, like the ages are there, which are like 10, 20, 30, and there you go. So instead of declaring three variables, we have declared one variable, and we have initialized it as a type of integer, and there you go. This is what about arrays are. There is another way of declaring and initializing the variable, which are like you just do ages true, like we saw in our previous session, equals, and then you just say 3 integer, and then you say 1. Let's make it same 30. So this is also a correct way of declaring an array. Moreover, you can change these sizes. These sizes means that this array can hold up to 3 values. And remember, in Go language, the values start from 0. So means this is 0, 1, and 2. So it is 0, 1, 2, which is equals to 3, which is means that length of the array is 3 here, because we are saving 3 variables here, etc. And same in that case as well. I mean, you can make it more than 3 as well, as much as per you need. So there is another way that you don't need to define this like this. You can just put 3 dots here, which means the size of the array is inferred. It means at the compilation time, the compiler will see, okay, this has 10, this has 20, means it contains the integer type. So the inferred data type will be put on this variable at the time of compilation. So this is also a correct way of doing this one. And yeah, let's define another type of array, which can be like names equals, I can say, let's make it like this one, and this is string, and you can say, because this is string, I can say Muhammed, Aziz, etc. Let's define empty array. What it looks like, you can say like this. So dot dot dot, and let's take it as float, and I can say there are no values in this array. Okay, so to better see how it looks like when we compile it, let's use our favorite format print line, and then I can use those variables ages, and same here, ages 2. Then we have names, and then we have empty array. So let's run this. Go main, go run, enter. And you see the first array is printing like 10, 20, 30. Second is like the same because we're using same values. And then there is two named Muhammed and Aziz. And then there is empty array, which we have defined like this one in the float 32 of data type. So these are the arrays which you can basically use to save same type of data. To go further, what else you can do with this one? You can simplify access the specific variables. So for example, in names, I just want to access this first variable. So first value, I can see just define, just print me the name which is available on x0. Then this is the way you can access the different elements of an array. And if you want to change some element, if you want to modify some element, that is also very easy. So you just say, if I just want to change at names index 1, so you can say it like this one, and then I can just copy paste here. I can write it like this, saving it, and I'm going to run this one, and you will see this is printing Muhammad and this is printing Farouk. Like I have changed this element from Aziz to Farouk. Moreover, if you have, for example, a bigger space like 30, right, but you have only 3 values, that's completely fine. It's not a good how to say, good practice to keep those memory locations empty. Just use whatever you need, but this is also possible. And see, not 30, I can make it more bit like make it 6 and see how it will go if I run this again. So you will see, so there are 3 values, 0, 0, 0, which means those are empty or not being used, even though we have declared those. So you see how we access the array specific index and how we modify an index inside an array. And yeah, so this is what about the arrays. So let's go and check what the slices are. Okay, now we are talking about slices. Slices are also another type of data, another type of variable, which are also used to save same type of data. But then why we need slices? Because the same thing we're doing by the arrays. The things are, slices are also used to store the same type of data, but those are more powerful. How more powerful? Because in array you have to define the size of an array, right? That how much data it can save, it can keep. But slices, you don't need to do that. It can grow or shrink as per the need, right? For example, you just started your program and at the first class you need 2 locations on the memory, but at the program just go forward and you need more spaces in the memory. Then these slices can grow, and then if you don't need, they can shrink back. So these are the powerful advantage of slices, which is an efficient way of using the memory. So how to define? It's very easy, like same like we were used to define array, but here my slice, I can say this is the variable of the my slice, and then you are not going to give any size in here. You're going to do integer, and there you go, my first slice. So I'm not going to give any size in here. I just give the data type, and I'm initializing it with an empty. Empty initialization means there is no value in the my slice. Again, my slice, I will say 2. This is the second way of doing it. I will say string, and there you go. So this is the 2 slices. This is the way of actually initializing or declaring 2 slices in my program. So let's add some values in here. I can say 1, 3, 5. So I have added 3 values. Means the length of this slice will be 3, which is starting from 0 to 2. And here I can make like name. Yes, because you can say like name 2, and yeah, let's use it and see how it's going to work. In my case, my slice, and let's use the second one, my slice 2. I'm going to run this here in the terminal. So you will see same like arrays, but we are not defining any size here. So if you want to see what is the length of this slice, I can say length function, pass inside this, pass my slice into the length function. And here we have another function called cap, which is returning back the capacity of the slice, which is cap. And you will see the results now. I'm going to run it again. And see, this is 3 and 2, means my slice length is 3. Like I said, it's starting from 0, 1, 2. So its total is 3. The capacity of the second slice is 2. Means there are two values, but it can also it is holding right now the two values. So if I add it here more, name 3 and name 4, and run this program, so you will see the capacity will be changed to 4. So in this way, we can learn the length, we can return the length and the capacity of a slice. There is another way of defining the slice and also defining the array as well, which is by using the make function. So in here, I will declare another slice by using make function. The syntax for make is like make is easy. Then you have to give the type, what kind of type you're going to put on this slice, and then you have to give the length, and then you have to give the capacity. So let's declare another slice. I can say my slice, make it simple. My slice, I can say 3, and here I can say make, and you can see it is asking the what is the type of this one. I can say this is of type integer, and then the second thing it is asking for the size. I will say the size is 5, and then you can also give another thing, that what is the capacity of this slice. I will say is 10, means it can go it can say more 10 values, but currently the length is basically uh, 5. So if I'm going to print this one and save it, and then just run this one and see the 3, 4 and 10, my slice is basically holding up to 10 places in here. So this is capacity, which is 10. Let me do like that. So I'm not going to do the capacity, but rather I'm going to print the 5 values. So the 5, because I have not initialized it with any value, so you can see the 5 places for this slice, but it can go up to the capacity has is 10 for this slice, which we basically also declaring. Moreover, to get a better familiarizing yourself with the slice, let's make it better meanings. Muhammed, I can say Aziz, and name 3, name 4, whatever. So you can actually get the specific values here. You can like we did in the array. So my slice 2, I just want to access the modifier, access the 1 to 0 1, the first of this index value. So you can use like this. I'm accessing only the first value, and if you want to update some value, this is the same way like we used to do in arrays. So I will just copy this one. I'm going to change the first value to m dot. So let's run this one. So this is the way you can access and you can modify this value. So you can see here Aziz is there, which is the first value, and the second is basically updated with the m. But if I just want to print it on this line, so we can see if it's really updated or not. So this is the way of updating. Here you can see m dot and Aziz is there. So more or less those are same like we used to do in array. The most important thing for these ones, if I just comment this one for better understanding, let me do that again, sorry. All right, and I will comment this as well. Okay, Now, for example, you want to add more values to this slice. So to add more values, like your program needs more names to add into the same slice. So it's very easy. So my slice is using append function, which is containing first parameter as my slice 2, and then you can add more values. Like I can say lorem, let's keep it for 1, and then I can say lipsum, etc., etc. Append. Now, if I'm going to print this here, I'm sorry, I'm just love to copy paste. Some people say the programming is copy paste as well. All right, so let's do this one. I'm running this program, and you can see we have some more names now as lorem ipsum here. And also, you can merge two slices as well by using the append function if you want to merge two slices. So I hope this is something which is clear to you. Very strong. Even these slices have the capacity, have the power to shrink and grow as per the need, which is amazing. Which is really making this to be very useful while developing softwares. So I hope you understand the concepts of arrays, and understand the concept of slice and what's the difference of those. And I hope I just give you all the things which are basically most commonly used in the software development. And yeah, let's see in another session. And till then, see you. Take care. Bye.